And former Trump 2016 EPA transition team member Steve Milloy. Steve, it's great to have you and get your perspective. In his first term, he came in, he started signing executive orders to open up the energy space. That actually was pretty much, it was easier than the situation he's facing now. Repealing some of these laws are going to be really difficult, and of course they're going to fight him on it, and they're going to tie it up in court. So is he going to be able to move forward with his energy policy as fast as he would like to?
Well, Jackie and David, thanks for having me. I think he's going to be able to move forward pretty quickly, but it all depends on the investors. You know, what President Trump has to do is convey confidence and certainty to investors, because it's the investors who have to put up the money for all these projects, whether they're pipelines or drilling in ANWR or wherever. The investors have to have confidence. So President Trump can come in there. He can shut down the anti-oil and gas, anti-coal, anti-fossil fuel regulatory machinery pretty quickly. But as in the intro clip, I mean, there's going to be litigation, and it's going to be ugly. And there are plenty of Democrat judges all over the place where environmental groups can forum shop. And there are also some goofy Republican judges out there. So it's not going to be a straight line. But the most important thing is for President Trump to get in there and give investors confidence that he's on their side, put the government on their side.
Steve, you mentioned pipelines. The first thing that Biden did when coming to office was cancel the XL pipeline. Canadian companies spent billions and billions of dollars on that pipeline, on that project. I'm just wondering, Trump says he would like to open it again, but buyer beware. Are the Canadians or other people involved in these pipelines worried that while Trump might be good, these projects take years and we don't know who's going to follow him?
Well, once again, this is a problem of giving investors confidence. So the Canadian company and Canadian oil companies are interested in doing this, but they'd like to share the risk with American investors. The environmentalists will get in there. They will do whatever they can to sabotage and block the development through lawsuits, litigation, whatever. So that is going to be the hurdle, giving investors confidence.
I'm wondering what you think about the policy overall, because you've got the left who, they supported this. They were happy to pay for inflation and higher prices because they believed in the green energy agenda. It was an experiment that failed, but long term could see some more results. And so you've got sort of an ideological disparity here in the United States, and the parties are very split and very fractured. So does he make progress since he only has 4 years?
Well, this is going to be a long-term project. He's got to roll back a lot of what Biden has done. That's going to take some time. It's going to take more than one term. We tried to do everything in one term before. It's not really possible. I mean, we're talking about 40 years of overregulation by EPA and Department of Interior. People in Congress have the wrong mindset. A lot of the public has the wrong mindset about the environment. So it's going to take a while. I mean, this is going to be a work in progress. If you're expecting magic in 4 years, not going to happen. But there's a lot of progress that can be made. We can change the attitude in America. We can make Americans have confidence in the future. But fixing the problem is going to take a while.
One thing that has happened since Biden came into office is the Supreme Court has made many rulings that could help Donald Trump in terms of precedent and either eliminate entirely laws that focus on ESG programs, or at least make it easier for the Trump administration to challenge these green policies, right?
Yeah, there were two major decisions. There was West Virginia versus EPA, and that said that EPA can only do what Congress has authorized it to do. And then there's another decision, Loper Enterprises, which was about the Chevron deference, where agencies no longer will be deferred to in interpretations of laws in court. Now, those two decisions can cut both ways for reformers. They can help and hurt. So we're going to have to see. Everything is going to have to be thought out very well. All the I's are going to have to be dotted, T's crossed, and for the litigation. I think that we can be really successful this time, but it's got to be much better thought out than it was 4 years ago.
Steve Milloy, thank you very much. Great to see you, Steve. Appreciate it.
Thank you, David.
Happy New Year.